Ladies and gentlemen, to the Gays of 98 Show 2024! Oh my goodness. You are looking fabulous. Are you feeling fabulous tonight? Terrific. My name is Andrew Naden. I'll be doing the opening for the show today. I have prepared a couple of things for you. Firstly, I'd like to present a new classic of magic. A classic of magic that no one has ever seen. It's so new that it's going to be an instant classic. It's a prediction, a balloon prediction. Are you all excited? Yeah! Now, in order to predict something, we need something to predict. So I do have a deck of cards here. Are you familiar with cards? Okay, I'm coming over. Here, you just tell me when to stop here. Not though. There you go. Take the cards and stop there. All right, take a look. You got it? You can put it back in the deck. I'm going to leave the whole thing with you since all the cards fell on the ground. Now, remember your card. You think you'll be able to remember it? Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Now, today, I've got over here some balloons. I hope you're excited about it. There's a prediction here inside one of these balloons, and it'd be amazing enough if I were to predict what your card was. But we're not going to just do that. You're going to pick which balloon it is. Are you excited today? You can pick the yellow balloon. You can pick the green balloon. You can pick the Andrew balloon. You can pick the purple balloon, and you can pick the orange balloon. Are you so... Adelia, was that your card? Well, that was fun. It looks like it's moving to me. Kind of like my ego right now. Oh, right. No, I heard that. Who said that? I heard it. It was you? Oh my goodness. Did you just challenge me, ma'am? No. I heard you. No. Come on up. Give her a big round of applause. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that you challenged me. Come on up here. All right. You know, when people challenge us around here, you know what we do, don't you? Yeah, that's okay. I'm a little taller, but we're both short, you know. I'll take off my shoes if you want. Okay. You know what we do around here? We each take a revolver and we stand back to back.
Oh, God.
We walk 10 paces. We walk 10 paces, but on 3 I turn around and shoot you in the back. That's what we do around here. But today, since you challenged me, I'm going to let you pick the weapon. But can you pick a number between 1 and 10? Oh, I'm so sorry, it was 3. So, I get to pick the weapon. Now, if she said 3, she would have been able to pick the weapon. Today, the weapon is handkerchiefs. Are you ready for this? Don't worry, this is fun. Come stand over here with me. Right over here. Whoop.
This is not my comfort zone.
Oh, Amy, you'll be fine. Don't you worry. Okay, you ready for this? Here we go. Now, watch carefully. I'm going to take the handkerchiefs. Twist them around each other, but I'm going to have you tie the knot on top. You finish the knot. This is the knot untying contest. All right? That's what we're going to do. No, tie it tighter. You want to tie it pretty tight. Yeah. No, not yet. No. You got it? Yeah. You don't want to tie it tight? She doesn't want to tie it tight, but that's okay. That's okay because we're going to try again here. All right, Amy. Now watch carefully. Make sure that I'm doing what I'm saying. We're bringing this one around. Just like that, and you're going to tie the knot on top. Yep. Pull tight. Excellent. You feel good? That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight, Amy. That's okay. Let's see. Let's see. That's pretty tight, Amy. You did pretty good. But could you hold on to this end for me over here? And I'm going to take this one over here. All right? No, we're not done with you yet. Not yet. Here we go. Watch. No. This is it. Go ahead and tie another knot on top. Just make sure. Excellent. You feel good about that? That's good.
I feel like I've been lifting weights, man.
That is really tight. Did you really tied that tight? That is a really tight knot. Here, you know what? Here, I want you to pull. Can you feel the knot there? Pinch it. You feel the knot right there? You do, right? She doesn't know what she's feeling. That's okay. That's okay, Amy. Let's try again.
Surrender.
Now, just in case you think that I am tying trick knots, which I am, we're going to tie it one more time. All right, Amy. Here we go. Give it a nice little tight knot on top. Tight. Very good, very good. That's good. Now, that is tight. Amy, did you? That is really tight. Did I tell you to tie it tight? That is really tight. Can you tie another knot on top? That's good. Let's see. It's pretty tight. I don't know. Amy, it's really tight. Do you think you can tie another one on top?
I think I know where this is going to go.
Do you? I wish I knew where it was going to go. That is really tight. Do you feel that knot? Is that tight? It's pretty tight, right?
It's like 3 knots.
It's pretty tight. Can you tie another one on top, you think?
I'm a mom. I can do this.
The trick is untying them, right, as a mom? That is so, Amy, that is unbelievably tight. I can't believe it. Can you hold on to this end here? And I'm going to take this one right over here. Thank you so much. Folks, I'm going to recite a poem for you. You guys ever heard of this Robert W. Service guy? He came up here just after the gold rush and lived in Whitehorse and lived as a banker for many years up there. Gathered a bunch of wonderful stories about the gold rush and turned them into some remarkable poetry. His most famous being the cremation of Sam McGee. You guys know that one?
No.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun one, right? Yeah, we're not going to do that one tonight. Tonight I thought I would recite another one of his big hits, The Shooting of Dan McGrew. You ready for this? A bunch of the boys were whooping it up in the Malibu saloon. The kid that handles the music box was hitting a jag time tune. Back of the bar in a solo game set, Dangerous Dan McGrew, and watching his luck was his light of love, the lady that's known as Lou. When out of the night, which was 50 below, and into the din and the glare, there stumbled a miner fresh from the creeks, dog dirty and loaded for bear. He looked like a man with a foot in the grave and scarcely the strength of a louse. Yet he tilted a poke of dust on the bar, and he called for drinks for the house. There was none could place that stranger's face, so we searched ourselves for a clue. But we drank his health, and the last to drink was Dangerous Dan McGrew. There's men that somehow just grip your eyes and hold them hard like a spell. And such was he, and he looked to me like a man who had lived through hell, with a face most hair and the dreary stare of a dog whose day is done, as he watered the green stuff in his glass, and those drops fell one by one. Then I got to figuring who he was, and wondering what he'd do, and I turned my head, and there watching him was that lady that's known as Lou. His eyes went rubbering round the room. He seemed in a kind of daze, till the last that old piano fell in the way of his wandering gaze. The ragtime kin was having a drink. There was no one else on the stool. So the stranger stumbles across the room and flops down there like a fool. In a buckskin shirt that was glazed with dirt he sat, and I saw him sway. Then he clutched the keys with his taloned hands. My God, but that man could play. Were you ever out in the great alone when the moon was awful clear, and the icy mountains hemmed you in with a silence you most could hear, with only the howl of a timber wolf, and you camped there in the cold, a half-dead thing in a stark dead world, clean mad for that muck called gold? But high overhead, green, yellow, and red, the north lights swept in bars. Then you've a hunch what that music meant: hunger, night, and the stars. And hunger not of the belly kind that's banished with bacon and beans, but the gnawing hunger of lonely men for a home and all that that means. For a fireside far from the cares that are, 4 walls and a roof above, but oh, so crammed full of cozy joy, and crowned with a woman's love been dearer than all the world, and true as heaven is true. God, how ghastly she looks through her rouge, the lady that's known as Lou. Then on a sudden, the music changed, so soft you scarce could hear, but you felt that your life had been looted clean of all that once held dear. That someone had stolen the woman you loved, that her love was a devil's lie, that your guts were gone, and the best for you was to crawl away and die. It was the crowning cry of a heart's despair, and it thrilled you through and through. I guess I'll make it a spread misere, said dangerous Dan McGrew. The music almost died away. Then it burst like a pent-up flood, and it seemed to say, repay, repay, and my eyes went blind with blood. The thought came back of an ancient wrong, and it stung like a frozen lash, and the lust awoke to kill. To kill. And the music stopped with a crash. Then the stranger turned, and his eyes they burned in a most peculiar way. In a buckskin shirt that was glazed with dirt, he sat, and I saw him sway. Then his lips went in a kind of grin, and he spoke, and his voice was calm, and, boys, says he, you don't know me, and none of you care a damn, but I want to state, and my words are straight, and I bet my poke they're true, and one of you's a hound of hell, and that one is Dan McGrew. Well, I ducked my head, and the lights went out, and two guns blazed in the dark, and a woman screamed, and the lights came up, and two men lay stiff and stark. Pitched on his head and pumped full of lead lay dangerous Dan McGrew, with a man from the creeks lay clutched to the breast of the lady that's known as Lou. Now, these are the simple facts of the case. I guess I ought to know. They say that stranger was crazed on hooch, and I'm not denying that, sir. I'm not so wise as them lawyer guys, but strictly between us two, the woman who kissed him and pinched his poke was the lady that's known as Lou. Thank you, Ezra. I appreciate that. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, I think it's about time we get started, don't you? So, this is a brand new instrument. So we will see how this goes tonight. It's a banjolele. Anyone ever hear one of these things before? Let's go. Here we go. Alaska, in the gold rush days where life was cheap and thin, such desperate times were perfect times for brutal, desperate men. In Skagway, Soapy's grifter mobs and many miners broke. And if you weren't a gambler, they just rob you of your poke. With a pistol in his pocket and a rifle in his hand, Soapy went alone to fight that vigilante band, to shoot a few and chase the rest into an icy bay. They'd wish they'd never messed with Soapy Smith of old Skagway. Where your life ain't worth a sawbuck, and your end is just ahead, and the only law comes from your guns in a lightning hail of lead. Soapy was the boss man. He ran on Skagway's crimes till the outlaws got together and said, Soapy's out of time with bad men, cheating bad men. They're gonna spill bad blood. The outlaws taking trips to hell down through Alaskan mud. The Skagway vigilantes couldn't make him run away. Soapy came straight at them and chased them into the bay, with a pistol in his pocket and a rifle in his hand. Soapy went alone to fight that vigilante band, to shoot a few and chase the rest into an icy bay. They'd wish they'd never messed with Soapy Smith of old Skagway. The bullets started flying between Soapy Smith and him off to hell. Skagway wouldn't miss him, how not anyone could tell. Bold as brass and sure as fire there in the midnight sun. Soapy went straight at that mob, though he was the only one. He's waiting in the pits of hell now with his guns in hand. He'll hunt them through eternity, that vigilante band. Enjoy the Gays of 98 Show 2024.
Hey everybody, I'm not going to hold us up too much longer because I know we all are very eager to get to the show and everybody's so excited to show you everything that we've been working on. I just wanted to say a couple things real quick. First of all, just thank you so much for being here. We didn't really know what to expect last year when we did this for the first time, and it was a huge success, and I'm so happy to see everybody here again. So thank you. We're really, really thrilled. Thanks. There's a million people to thank, but Gold Rush Productions and, you know, everybody who's here and the folks who are doing sound and video and lights and yada yada. Thank you so much, everybody. Just a couple things about sort of what this is and how it's going to work. I'm going to go ahead and get this bit of balloon off the stage. So, the Gays of 98 show is a special thing that sort of lives in an in-between world of like drag and a little burlesque and musical theater. And I know that that creates a little bit of like culture confusion sometimes. This is not a throw your money at the performer while they're performing type of show. You can wave it around if you want, but this is mostly like a, if you like something, make a lot of noise. And if you like it a lot, put money in the tip jars on the way out. We are a little baby event. We don't have any specific sponsors for this event or anything. Gold Rush Productions has donated the theater and a lot of resources, and we really appreciate that. Aside from that, everybody's donating their time and their talent and spending bits of money to make this all happen. So we decided to keep it a free event because we didn't want there to be any barrier to entry, but please, one of the best ways that you can show your appreciation other than being here is to put money in the tip jars on the way out. People will be up and down the aisles, so please keep the aisles clear. Be mindful of that. Don't touch anybody who doesn't encourage that, which in this case is basically nobody. Basically nobody. There's no intermission or anything. The show's going to be about an hour-ish. Afterwards, we will be out there to say hi to you on the way out. So when the show ends, if I forget to say it at the end, please let the cast get out before you stand up and start moving. Great. I don't really think I have anything else to say. This is fabulous. I'm really excited for everybody to see. I'm excited to see. Please enjoy. Thank you so, so much. Hey, Teddy. You wanna make your way down here, babe?
I think it's time to start, don't you? But first, for all you fruits out there, talking to you, bitch. Here's a little slice of the pineapple wrap.
Welcome to the biggest little theater on Broadway.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, folks. My sister already did a lot of the thank yous, but
just thank you again to all of you for coming to make the second annual Gays of 98 show a huge success, just like the first. Thank you again to Gold Rush Productions, and thank you to whoever left brownies in the dressing room for us. We're delightful. Thank you. And with that, without further ado, I'd like to present the Gays of 98 show, presented to you by the cast and friends of the Days of 98 show, the true story of Alaska's most notorious outlaw.
A journey back to Gold Rush days, a chance to stake your claim. The acts are full of facts and packed with glory, greed, and fame, where the legends and the truth become the same.
Our story's true.
Well, mostly true. Well, partly true.
Well, you can be the judges when we're through.
So hold on to your seat, because you're in for a treat. As we guide you through the Gold Rush days gone by. At the century's end, Lady Luck is our friend. We'll follow her to where our fortunes lie. Gold, gay, gold. A-L-A-S-K-A, sit back, relax, and watch as we turn back time a century to recreate and celebrate the glory days of 98. The stage is set, the lights are lit, our story tells of Soapy Smith. It's always raining those
You gotta be kidding.
Are we supposed to wait?
Should we?
I forgot to do something. I need to check backstage and make sure that all of our tech people have done their jobs properly. Hey, all you hobos, are you ready? We've got a backstage bigger than Texas. To tell our story of our Alaskan territory. It's one of fortune, fame, and glory. A-L-A-S-K, 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 gay
Wake up. Wake up, you dreamers, and listen to me. The time has come to face the problems of our country. The one question, the supreme question, which I propound to you today, folks, is vital to the welfare of the Republic. Folks, the all-important question is this: how are you fixed for soap? I hear no response. I fear I embarrass you. In all honesty, sir, it looks as though you could use a little soap. And your silence distresses me. Oh, clearly. But seriously, folks, though my message is that of soap, it is also a message of hope. And for today, to meet that great need, which is so apparent in you, sir, I have a new soap. I have a wonder soap. Here is the finest cleansing agent ever brought forth by man's scientific ingenuity. the fruit of many weary months of experimentation in my own laboratory. Use this soap upon your skin, and you will glow like the moon. Your face will shine with the radiance of 1,000 candles. That bald spot grower, sir? Use my soap, and the patriarchal locks once more will adorn your brow. Is your hair turning gray? Use my soap, and to all your silver threads will return the pristine glory of youth. Does your conscience keep you tossing and sleepless in the silent watches of the night? Use my soap! Use my soap and wash your sins away. Say hallelujah. Good job. Now, perhaps this opportunity to purify both body and soul should be enough. But today, I am offering you far more than that. Today, as an introduction only, I am giving, that's right, friends, giving enormous cash prizes to those upon whose shoulders the goddess of luck has chosen to perch. Cleanliness is next to godliness, but the feel of a good, crisp greenback in your pocket is paradise itself. Now, folks, I will sell you these bars of soap today for 25 cents each. And if you'd like to purchase my soap alone, there being any such among you, I will accept your quarter, you will have your soap, and you will find it the best two-bit investment you have ever made. But if you've got a little sporting blood, and you want to win one of these little green pieces of paper with big numbers on them, ranging all the way up to $100, well, then I will sell you a bar from these that I have already wrapped for the ridiculous price of $5, and you will have the pleasure of choosing your own package.
Oh.
Now, folks, I know, right? Now, my friends, the first person up has the best chance of finding that $100 bill. So, folks, if you would like to make your way up to the Tripe and Keister, you know what? I understand. Who's going to take a chance at winning $20, $50, even $100 bill without some sort of proof? So, folks, you've all seen the show before. You want proof that I am going to give you something for nothing, and you know I'm about to ask to see a $10 bill, but I'm looking for a 10 with a 10, folks. So if you've got a $10 bill ready for me, get it up in the air, but it's not a race. I'm going to choose. So, folks, if you want to make sure that I am a man of my word, that I'm going to give you something for nothing, all to prove the miraculous qualities of my soap, then let me see a 10, and I'll give you one back free as a present. Now, folks, grab those 10s while I grab mine. All right, who's got a 10? Show me. Oh, excellent. Now, let me see. I don't want that. I just want All right. Let's see. There. My 10. And here is yours. You win, I lose, you take your dime. I ask for no sympathy. I always pay my debts, and I keep my word. I promised you a 10 for a peek at a 10, and I gave it to you, didn't I? I certainly did. Now, folks, remember, the first person up has the best chance of winning that $100 bill. So, who's gonna be first? Looks like the show's about to start. You're gonna love this. Oh, that's my Belle, the lady of the house. Belle and her associates, Alice, Molly, and all the other delicacies of the house.
Hi there, handsome. It's nice to see you again.
It's really nice to see you.
Don't you just love repeat customers, Belle?
I love any customer who's still got a little gold left in their poke, Alice.
Now come on, it's showtime.
Don't feel bad, he knows how it works.
I don't say that.
Hard to find good help these days. Now, where was I? The soap scheme. Well, the crowd stood silent, still wary of a sure thing, until one brave soul, one courageous individual, much like you, my friend, one brave soul was willing to give it a go. They made their way up to the tripe and keister. They paid me their $5, and selecting their soap, unwrapped it, producing, to the astonishment of the crowd, a $20 bill. Before long, another made their way, climbing over the crowd, handing me their $5, selecting their soap, and pulling out a $50. Before anyone at all had time to think, a third struggled forward, pulled out their soap, and unwrapped a $100 bill, a C-note. Well, by now, the crowd was in a frenzy, crawling over each other, fighting to buy a bar of soap. And by the time the chaos died down, and they realized that all anyone had won was $1, well, me and my 3 associates, you remember them, the 3 lucky winners, we had disappeared down a nearby alleyway, leaving the crowd behind in a dazed and befuddled stupor. Slippery, Soapy Smith. Soapy. The name stuck. But that was a long time ago, back in Denver, back when I was just a common con man. Long before I came up here, perfected my skills, and became the not-so-common uncrowned king of Skag.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls, gays, and days, Mr. Jeff R. Smith proudly presents the dainty soubrette who has warmed the frozen hearts of the Northland, Miss Belle Davenport.
It ain't easy being always good. Sometimes I have to be bad. When I see a fella sitting all alone, just like you, so blue and feeling sad. My compassion's something I just can't control. So I give him all my heart, my mind, my soul. Why? Because a good man is hard to find. We always get the other kind. Just when you think that he is your pal, you look for him and find him fooling around some other gal. Then you rave, you even crave to see him laying in his grave. So if your man is nice, take my advice and hug him every morning, kiss him every night, give him plenty of love and treat him right. For a good man nowadays is hard to find. A 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey there, Soapy. Check this out. Take my advice and hug him every morning, kiss him every night, give him plenty of love and treat him right. For a good man nowadays is hard to find. Yes, he is. I said a good man. Good man. and kiss him each night. For a good man these days is just so hard to find.
You got it right with that number, Belle. A good man sure is hard to find.
It's just a song, Alice. There are plenty of good folk in this room right now. In fact, there are twice as many men as there are women up here in the north, so I think your odds are good.
Oh, yeah, the odds are good, but the goods are odd.
Folks, let's prove her wrong. In this flamboyant, fine dining establishment we call life, specializing in the fruitiest kinds of foods, let me ask you this. Who has the finest friend here? I'm really asking. They could be a big, fat, juicy bowl of beans. Don't get me started on beans. A sumptuous eggplant parmesan, oysters on the half shell, a chorizo bowl with sour cream and jalapenos. Or how? Even prime rib! Put those hands up! I want to see who's got the best partner, lover, honey, sugar. Better yet, send them up into the light so we can all see them. Alrighty, well, no one call these folks a snack. They're the whole meal. You can all go back to your seats now. Except for you. I have a special sense for Italian sausage. So if you're gonna come up here for me, have a seat, honey. And what's your name?
Joe.
Okay, and Joe?
Joe Mama.
What are your pronouns, Joe? Okay. Do we have anything he, him to hold? Oh, yes. You're gonna need this. And that, very nice. Hold that in the other. Perfect. Keep those stage lights right out of your eyes. Alice, Molly, do you have anything else you'd like him to hold?
I sure do. Now, you stay right there, Poopsie. I've got a little song to sing to you. Hold on just a second. What I think she meant to say was that we have a little song to sing to you. Sugar lips. Cuddle bear. Honey bunny. Pookie! Wookie! Listen here, you goddamn All right, let's start this number. These gays are trying to kill me. All right, Teddy, hit it. Upstairs, heaven waits for you. Upstairs, there's a dream come true. When it comes to loving, nothing compares to going upstairs. I hear you've been awfully good, doing what a good boy should. So put away your worries and cares, the boring day to affairs. 'Cause you and me, yes, we upstairs. for love and I got away. Molly, call me Molly when all your skies are cloudy and gray. To make them all go away, what do you say? Each step leads you closer to a paradise made just for you. So douse the light, say goodnight, and while you're at it, 'cause you and Squirrel Tooth Alice are going up upstairs. Yes, you and Molly, if you close, are going up upstairs. All right. You know what, Poopsie? I don't want to tire you out with all those stairs. I want you to keep up with me. Follow me into my dark cavern. Hurry.
Hey, Teddy, do you want to give me a hand with something over here?
What the fuck is that?
Hey, Grant.
Yes, Alana?
How are you feeling?
I am feeling pretty good. I got lots of energy. You know, I had that brownie before the show, and I'm feeling kind of groovy, you know?
Those brownies were really good. Do you know who made those?
I think it was Sam and Ezra.
Samantha and Ezra. We got a problem.
Is he still in there?
I don't know. Why did you check on him? You just
Came. Let's go. All right, well, let me help you out of your clothes. Stand there. Don't be shy. Well, it's better to come once than never come at all, so off you go. Everybody, a round of applause.
Teddy the Crate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the matter, Alice? The good's a little too odd for you? Get a little liquid courage there. Just snack man someday else.
Hold on, I forgot my prop.
remember that last time I didn't know my lines?
Well, we'll see what happens. Where are we?
You're gonna snag a man someday.
Oh, yeah, I'll snag man someday. I'm just tired of singing and dancing for my supper.
You're still complaining?
Well,
You
yeah.
knew what you were getting into when you came up here. Why didn't you come up here in the first place?
I wanted the gold. And I sought it. I scrabbled and mucked with the brave. Was it famine or scurvy? I fought it. I hurled my youth into a grave. I wanted the gold, and I got it. Came out with a fortune last fall. Yet somehow life's not what I thought it. And somehow the gold isn't all. No. There's the land. Have you seen it? It's the cussedest land that I know. From the big dizzy mountains that screen it to the deep, death-like valleys below. Some say God was tired when he made it. Some say it's a fine land to shun. Maybe. But I would crave it for no land on earth, and I'm one. You come to get rich. Damn good reason. You hated like hell at first. You hated like hell for a season, and then you are worse than the worst. It grips you like some kind of sinning. It twists you from foe to a friend. It seems it's been since the beginning. It seems it will be till the end. I've stood in some mighty Mount Hollow that's plumb full of hush to the brim. I've watched the big husky sun wallow in crimson and gold and grow dim, till the moon set the pearly peaks gleaming and the stars tumbled out neck and crop, and I thought that I surely was dreaming with the peace of the world piled on top. Summer, no sweeter was ever. The sun-shiny woods all a-thrill. The grayling a-leap in the river. The bighorn asleep on the hill. The wildlife that never knows harness. The wilds where the caribou call, the freshness, the freedom, the farness. Oh God, how I'm stuck on it all. There's a land where the mountains are nameless and the rivers all run God knows where. There are lives that are erring and aimless, and deaths that just hang by a hair. There are lives unpeopled and still. There's a land, oh, it beckons and beckons, and I want to go back. And I will. They're making my money diminish. I'm sick of the taste of champagne. I've had it skinned to the finish. I'll pipe to the Yukon again. I'll fight. And you bet it's no sham fight. It's hell. But I've been there before. And it's better than this by a damn sight. So me for the Yukon once more. There's gold. And it's haunting and haunting. It's luring me on as of old. Yet it isn't the gold that I'm wanting. So much as just finding the gold. There's the great big broad land way up yonder. The forest where silence has lease. It's the beauty that thrills me with wonder. It's the stillness that fills me with peace.
Now, naturally, the weakened minds, the weakened spirit, the weakened body, and of course, the stupid ones, well, they die long before they ever reach the gold fields. They freeze, they starve, they get themselves shot. Frankly, the greatest kindness that I can do to such people is to encourage them to get out of Skagway, take the first ship south. And there are those in this town that have the gall to say that I am just a crook. Frank Reed and his boys. They're down at Sylvester Hall right now trying to stir up enough trouble to take this town away from me. All got Belle pretty upset. You know, if people would realize there's one thing that everyone in Skagway has in common. Greed. Greed is what brings them here. Greed's what keeps them here. And greed is what eventually sends them home broke. Luckily, there are any number of services that my associates and I provide, whereby a man may be hastily removed of the terrible burden of all of his loot. Like reliable packers. Yeah. I remember having here reliably packed up and over the White House Trail, and then they reliably out on his disappearance. I was drinking, gambling, poker, roulette, craft, faro, monte, shell game, let's go on. Of course, when a man has lost most of his money, now, someone will eventually recommend that he head over to the Dominion Telegraph Company and wire home for some more money. Yeah, the Dominion Telegraph Company, Skagway's altar of hope, where a man can send a message anywhere in the world for $5. And if you wait around long enough, he can get an answer to his message for another $5. Now, if anyone would learn that in Skagway you can't trust anyone or anything, maybe they become suspicious of that telegraph company. In the middle, woman? Oh, yeah, right. Suspicious enough. Follow that grand and glorious cable out the back of the building, down the banks of the Lynn Canal, where it ends, just past the dock. But when a man has really lost everything, and the money he sent for just doesn't arrive, eventually someone will say to him, son, you go down to Jeff Smith's parlor. You ask her, Jeff Smith himself. I personally guarantee that he'll help you out. I'm done with that. Now, when that man comes to my parlor, I take a portion of his own lost and squandered money out of my safe and return it to him in the form of a ticket south. And he will have learned a very valuable lesson. Because he'll probably never gamble again, and he'll have me to thank for that. But more importantly, when he leaves Skagway heading south, he leaves Skagway with two things. Two things. His life, for heaven's sake. And a soft spot in his heart for Jefferson Smith. Well, you were looking awful pretty in that new dress of yours.
Are you trying to sweet talk me with that sugary tongue of yours?
Maybe.
That's too bad. I have a number to do.
Frank, Jeff.
Moonlight, tell me it's the moonlight. Tell me it's the night that makes me love you. Others may sigh for Paris in the spring, but that's not my thing. It's a time that tears my heart, a sun from afar across all the way to Dawson. The river is so I've been all around I know what's going on, Jeff.
What?
Down at Sylvester Hall? Don't do anything foolish. I've been all around this world, wanting moonlight, will you come? Moonlight,
you mean I don't care? No, Amara, I care about
No,
you.
Grant. What's next in the show?
Oh, it's I Don't Care, the song, and then it's the Faye monologue, and then
Oh, I can't do the Faye monologue.
You can't do the monologue. It's the day of the show, y'all.
There's no way I can do the Faye monologue.
Oh, come on. I can do that shit in my sleep.
I bet you could.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. I just They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care. Here's a little move I've been working on. Ready? Sort of independent. I'm my own superintendent. My star is on the ascendant. Oh! That's why I don't care. Any takers?
Anyone?
No? Oh well. 2, 3, 4. I don't care. I don't care what they think of me. I'm happy, romantic, say that I'm so jolly and carefree. I don't care. I don't care if I do get angry or only stare. It's your last chance, boys. If I'm never successful, it won't be distressful, 'cause I don't, everybody, care.
She just never gives up, does she?
Oh, come on.
Yeah?
I saw plenty of people in here admiring her tenacity.
Well, you can say that again. Here's to Alice.
Haven't you had enough? This isn't like you, Jeff.
All right. Why don't you take this bottle and you put it someplace I'll never find it?
I'll make sure you can't.
About that mob of morons. I mean, who does Frank Reed think he is? Trying to undermine the order that I've established here. I have done more for Skagway. You know what I do for Skagway? Let me give you a good example. Now, this incident started on the night of January 31st, when a young twink by the name of Andy slapped down a bill in payment for a drink. And John Fay, the bartender and bar owner, told him he could drink his change. Now, this is a common enough practice here in Skagway with the Stampeders, but it's generally not used on the townspeople because it's bad for business. Well, McGrath demanded his change back, and Fay wouldn't give it to him. McGrath got angry and threatened to go out into the street and find the marshal. Fay told him that if he did, that he would shoot both of them when they came back through the door. Then, They came round from behind the bar, picked McGrath up by the scruff of the neck, and threw him out of the saloon. Well, McGrath really got angry then, and did just what he said he would. He went and found Deputy Marshal Rowan. The two men talked about it for a minute, and Rowan decided that McGrath deserved his change. Then, the two men came running back over to the saloon, and as they came busting through those swinging doors, that slimy weasel of a bartender shot both of them. He shot him. Well, in no time, a lynch mob had been formed and started combing the streets for Faye. McGrath was dead, and poor Rowan lay up in Doc Moore's office, mortally wounded, next to his wife, who had just given birth to Skagway's very first child. When that man died, when that new young daddy died, the thirst for blood in that mob hit a peak. They wanted to hang John Fay right then and there and ask what happened second. Mob rule. Well, there's not going to be any mob rule in Skagway. Not while I'm around. I can still see that mob of blood-sucking leeches standing outside of Clancy's saloon right now, howling for blood. And because I had John Fay in my protective custody, they wanted me almost as bad. They had brought 2 nooses. So I had to move fast, just to save my own neck. So I grabbed my hat off my head, I shoved it under Fay's face, and I said, "Listen here, you fat slime. Put every penny you got in this hat right now, or you're a dead man." Then, hat in hand, I stepped out into the boardwalk, and I faced that mob alone. I have got 50 armed, strong, throbbing, glistening men inside here right now, ready to take out the first one of you motherfuckers that make some move for that place. If you think that another killing is going to solve the problems that wife and child are going to have the next few months, you're wrong. While you idiots have been out here collecting nooses, the decent people of Skagway have been inside here collecting money for the widow and their baby. You. Yeah, you. You've been the loudest mouth one of this whole bunch. Why don't you do something meaningful for the widow and her fatherless child and put some money in the hat? Even a dime will do. Still got that dime? I don't know actually who has the dime. There you go. All right, you know, actually, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Your kindness. Oh, a slot machine. Now, your kindness and your generosity will be appreciated by that child, I'm sure. Now, I passed my hat all around that lynch mob, and the thirst for blood went right out of them. They got very generous, as a matter of fact, just like Sugar Mama here. I collected over $400 for Rowan's widow right then and there. John Fay managed to escape certain death, and even I came out ahead. The newspapers said that I was an outspoken enemy of mob rule and a friend to destitute widows. Order. Now that's the kind of thing I do for Skagway.
Some of the folks around here got mighty riled up about your generosity. Not to mention all your other charitable deeds. I found these posted all over Skagway. It's a warning to all con men, bunco artists, and all other objectionable characters to leave Skagway and remain away. It's signed the Committee of 101, but it looks to me like a love letter from Frank.
Oh, the Committee of 101. 101. Is that supposed to scare me? I have 300 men in this town. I'll have my own signs posted. How does this sound? The business interests of Skagway propose to put a stop to the lawless acts of many newcomers. We hereby summon all good citizens to a meeting at which these matters will be discussed. The meeting will be held at Sylvester Hall at 8 p.m. sharp. Let this be a warning to those stampeders who are disgracing our city.
When we got down to Sylvester Hall that night, it was packed.
Fellow citizens, Mother is speaking. The Committee of 101 would tear down that which we have worked so diligently to establish. Now, these Chichacos, these newcomers who think they have a place here, they are trying to force mob rule on our town. But I am willing to stand arm in arm with all you brave men and women against this Committee of 101, even at the risk of our own lives. And that entire room full of people jumped to their feet and they cheered me. They stood up and they cheered. And that's when I realized that I hold this town in the palm of my hand. And I can do with it whatever I want. And nobody, leastwise not some vigilance committee, can stop me. I boss this town. When the Committee of 101 saw my support, they folded like a busted hand.
Soapy!
Hey! Hey, Soapy, did you hear?
Alice, I wanted to tell him.
Hey, Pip Up Pipesqueak. I want to tell him.
Come on, Alice.
Okay.
Soapy, Alice and I were just getting ready for the parade, and we were by the pack train saloon when we heard the governor talking about you.
Skagway, it's fine, upstanding citizens like your own Jefferson Smith, who has come to lead this town and this entire district into statehood. Yay!
Jefferson Smith came into town to carry out his dream. He conned, he schemed, he bragged, he stole. Now he is the king.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
On Independence Day we saw Jeff leading the parade. His dream fulfilled, the town was his grand marshal, he was made.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Joe, you can be handy with me anytime.
He's mine,
Hey,
bitch.
all right, I think it's time to keep the celebration moving, right? Teddy, beat it.
This next number's guaranteed to sissy your walk and boots the house down.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait a minute.
You all have got to try this! I'm really serious! I'm sure that a lot of you already have it up, but for the rest of you who need a little extra help, we can teach you. So, if there's any men with hard-ons or women that like to do this, come on stage, let's go!
Who'd like to join us over here?
Get up here and get out! Come on, Dad. I know you want to. Get in there.
Okay, everybody, listen up. We're gonna start with putting our hands on each other's shoulders. We're all here to support each other, after all. All right, everybody getting it? Okay, now we're going to start with the right knee first. Okay, it goes knee, touch, kick, and switch to the left. Knee, touch, kick. Now add a bounce. Knee, touch, kick, and the left. Knee, touch, kick, and the right. Knee, touch, kick. Again. Knee, touch, kick. Okay, I think we're ready to try with some music now, don't you think? Nice and easy. A 5, 6, 7, 8. Knee, touch, kick. Knee, touch, kick. Now this is a real kick.
Now you understand that we can do the can-can, picking up our sleeves. Without a doubt, we make it dance.
Take a bow. Alrighty, well that was just can-can-tastic! But I think it's time to bring it on home. Time for the big finish, fellas!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, ma'am, we can do the can-can. Yes, ma'am, we can do the can-can.
And here we go! The celebration didn't last long. A couple days, oh my earring. A few days later, everything took a turn for the worse. A stampeder by the name of J.D. Stewart stumbled into town with over $2,800 worth of gold dust in his poke. Jeff's men were still riding high from the 4th. They must have felt untouchable because they lured poor J.D. right into Jeff's parlor and right into a trap.
Why did the fools have to mug him? He was perfect. Absolutely perfect for a fast game of poker. 3-card Monte, even the shell game. If they had to mug him, why didn't they get him drunk first? Box his gold into my bar. My stupid men took a sack, hit him over the head with it, and they took his gold. They hit him over the head in the back of my bar in broad daylight. They mugged him in broad daylight. And now the town wins me. And my stupid men, they expect me to get him off the hook. Yeah, old Silvertongue's gonna go out there, make it all a bed of roses. Hell, we're all gonna be rich. Well, you can imagine when Frank Reed caught wind of all this, he immediately reorganized his committee of 101. That damn committee! How's this morning? They've held 2 meetings today, and they've come to me twice already, demanding that I give the gold back. Demanding. They didn't ask. They demanded. Well, I didn't take that gold, and they're never getting it back. And if any one of my men makes a move to give it back, I'll break his neck. I'll kill him, you hear me? I'll kill him!
Your man Bowers came by, asked me to give you this. Reed and his men have moved to the Juneau Company Wharf. His 101 is now 500. Time is running out. Don't you see what's going on? At least keep your wits about you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Miss Belle Davenport.
Can you serve me out, A beautiful woman surveyed the sea. Her flatterer
mourners by the score. Her gems were the purest, her gown divine. So what could a girl want more? But memory brings back the face of a lad whose love she had turned aside. But happiness cannot be bought with gold, although she's a rich man's bride. She's only a bird in a gilded cage, a beautiful sight to see. You may think she's happy and free from care. She's not, though she seems to be. 'Tis sad when you think of her wasted life, for youth cannot make with age. And her beauty was sold for an old man's gold. She's a bird in a gilded cage. She's only a bird in a gilded cage, a beautiful sight to see. You may think she's happy and free from care. She's not, though she seems to be. 'Tis sad when you think of her wasted life, for youth cannot mate with age. And her beauty was sold for an old man's gold. She's a bird in a gilded cage.
Don't! Please! Oh, Frank Reed and that damn committee. They've got 500 men down on the Juneau Company wharf. They're in the middle of another one of their meetings. They're down there trying to decide what to do about me. Decide? Hell, they're armed to the teeth. I think they've already decided. You know what? I decide. And I've decided that I'm gonna put a stop to their whining, their sniveling, and their damn secret meetings, and I'm gonna put a stop to their mob rule! Frank Reed thinks that he can take this town away from me! Not while I live!
Jefferson Randolph. Jeff!
On July the 8th, 1898, just after 9 o'clock in the evening, Soapy Smith and Frank Reed faced each other down on the Juneau Company wharf.
In a clumsy and confused skirmish, shots were fired. A bullet pierced Soapy's chest, killing him instantly. Frank Reed was mortally wounded.
Despite frantic efforts to save his life, he died an agonizing 12 days later.
2,000 people attended the funeral of Frank Reed. He was eulogized the hero.
The only people to attend the burial of Jefferson Randolph Smith were the teamster who drove the wagon, Reverend Sinclair of the Union Church, and a mysterious woman dressed all in black and veiled. Eight stars of gold on a field
you so much, everyone. You've just witnessed the second annual Gays of 98 show here in Eagles Hall. And, throughout this whole process, we have learned a few things.
For instance, how to do the show high as balls.
Wait, you guys were high?
You weren't? Didn't you have a brownie?
No, I'm gluten-free. But we've also learned this. When you take a person's drugs, when it's all... No, wait. That's actually pretty good. But when you take a person's time, you've shared a part of your lives with them. And we would like to thank each and every one of you for choosing to share a part of your lives here with us today. So thank you.
I just want to take a second again to say thank you so much. Everybody will be outside to say goodbye and take pictures or say hi or get ready to go out or whatever's happening next. There are tip jars, if you feel so inclined, in the lobby and on the way out. Please let the cast exit the stage first. Let everybody get out, and then you may follow us out.
A gift! Hi. So, for anyone who doesn't know us, this is my sister Samantha. She brought me up to Skagway. She and I sort of started the process of cooking up this when we were really drunk and was like, wouldn't it be funny if Alana played Soapy? And then the last year happened. So anyway, this wouldn't have happened without her last year, this year, ever. She was our director. She was awesome. So, tomorrow is her birthday, but we're celebrating tonight, so you can buy her a drink if you want.